Hey there everyone, it's Michael here at Ahch-To Sabres. This video is being made especially for Jonathan. Jonathan, I have your ProffieBoards programmed and ready to ship to you. This video is just to give you a demonstration of the config file that I've put on these boards, just so to show you the sound fonts that you sent me and the tracks I've put behind them and the blade styles I've put on them for you. So I've temporarily loaded your config into one of my own Sabres, just to give you an example. Right now it's on the Ahch-To, I believe, so I'm just gonna So like I was saying, I was just going backwards one there to this is the end of the config, the battery meter. So as you can hear, it's Darth Sidious shouting unlimited power, and the theme music behind this is the Mandalorian, and it just gives you you can see that the battery is fully charged because of the tip of the blade, and it'll move down along till it gets to a critical point. So I'll turn off the music and I'll move on to the Survivor font.
Hey, BD1, I'm Cal.
Which I've loaded with a blue blade. You can hear your font and blade style has all the regular things like flash on clash, lock up, blaster effects. It's your tip drag and your tip melt. Also, as discussed, I put on the twist gesture controls for you, so just a twist like that and turn on and off. This has the Ahch-To theme music. So yeah, that's your Survivor font. Moving on, your next font is the Count's Claw.
It is obvious that this contest cannot be decided by our knowledge of the Force.
Count Dooku, of course, red blade, all the same. You've got all the same styles as your Ahch-To's.
You've not lived up to your potential.
This also has some Force dialogue. So Force effects are used by just holding down the main button for 1 second, and on some fonts there's dialogue. So
You must still face the wrath of the dark side.
on Count Dooku's font, we've got a few of those. The track is, I believe, from episode 2, when Dooku faces off against Yoda. Okay, moving on. Next font is Electrical Staff.
Jedi, prepare for death.
So I believe this is the staff of the guards. Jedi prepare for death, so they're not. So this blade, I've put a kind of an electrical looking blade. You see some really nice effects on there. So I know the electrical guards, I believe they were like red. But I didn't want to put two reds in a row for you, but as we discussed, this board has change color capabilities, and I have enabled save state for you. So whatever, you can change the color of this blade while it's on. You simply hold down auxiliary and press the main button once. So you'll hear that little beep, and you just twist. Twist if you want a red, twist till you find a red. Getting pink to It's not coming out quite well on camera, but you'll see that's a bit more like it. And the music is the Imperial March. Alright, moving on to the next font is Code Fulcrum. So this is Ahsoka. So Ahsoka has the silver blade. Pretty cool font this. And a nice silver blade. The music. It's Clone Wars theme. Alright, moving on. The next one is your Future 3000. Quite an interesting font. It's based in Futurama. There's no music behind this one. I think there's a factory music behind it, but you'll hear from this that you don't need music because it constantly plays as the home. Oh, I'm still on Ahsoka.
And the grand
There we go.
prize winner, the Hypno-Toad. Bite my shiny metal ass. Bite my shiny metal ass.
Quite a fun font. So this one I've given you a tri-colored blade with some effects running through it just for fun. See, you got some nice effects going on there, and of course the color change on this is going to come out pretty cool. As you see, if you rotate through the different colors, there's different gradients up and down the blade. Alright, that's enough of that. Moving on, our next one is Metamorphosis. For this I've just put a cyan blade. And again, if you want to change any color you want, and also what you were asking me earlier, you can just change also by swinging. So while that color cycle is enabled, just a swing. Now we go from pink, we swing to blue, swing up to like a yellow, swing down to a kind of a green yellow. Pretty cool stuff. The music is the main Star Wars theme. Alright, moving on, our next font is the Ghost Sucker. So this is the Ghostbusters inspired font. So again, I did not move on again. Here we go. Now we've moved on to the Ghost Suckers font. And there was only one choice of music to put behind this, really, I think. And the blade for this has been also inspired by Ghostbusters, as you'll see. It's a Cross the Streams blade. So you can see the stripes if it comes out on camera. It's hard to get those stripes to come out on camera, but it is a pretty cool. Pretty cool font, pretty cool blade style. Again, if you want to change the color of this, you can leave it a cool color like this. You have your effects. and it has the power down just like a proton pack. Moving on is a Smash Sword. So this is a Smash Brothers font, which again requires no music behind it, because as you'll hear, has music all the way. The interesting thing about this font is it has 2 or 3 different styles, so each time you turn it on it could be different. There's a different. And this blade, I've given you a tri-gradient blade with some effects built in. Try again, there's a different one each time. I think that was the thing. There you go.
Show me your moves.
Alright. So, moving on from this is Thunder God.
You want me to put the hammer down?
Inspired by Thor. For this, the blade style, I've made it kind of as much like lightning and sky as possible. You see it has the movements of Thor's hammer. See, it's almost like lightning is affecting the blade. And this music, Led Zeppelin from the movie. Okay, moving on to the next one is fire. See, here's like a lighter starting up, and it's just simply a fire burning. So I've also left your blade like a fire burning. It's like a bit of a blowtorch effect. This just has some factory music behind it. I believe it's the factory Uranus. Okay, moving on to the tragedy.
You ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the White?
Of course, again, red blade for Palpatine. Sith blade, but again, you can change it up. This music is Execute Order 66. Alright, moving on to Unlight Stable. So for this, I've done kind of an unstable blade, as you can see. Some effects. Blaster effects. Clash, lock up. All the usual. Your localized lockup. Your do the tip drag, the tip burn again. This has some music from The Force Awakens, like the Kylo Ren music. Alright, we won't let that play too long.
You now control your own destiny.
Moving on to the next font, this is from the game The Force Unleashed. I just put like a kind of a green fire blade on this for fun. You can always change the color. The music is Jewel of the Fates. Okay. Then after that, we're moving on to the factory fonts. So there are 6 factory fonts on this. Teensy saber. This I just gave you. I think it's just a red blade. Again, you can just change this to anything you like. You can even leave it. It's just like a nice bright yellow. Factory fonts are pretty decent. Nice smooth swing and all the same effects. There's your tip drag. And the music is the Cantina Band. Alright, the next factory font is Smooth Grey.
Smooth Jedi.
Nope, Smooth Jedi. Oh yeah, we went from Teensy to Smooth Jedi. I'm just reading them off here. This one is a more kind of effect blade, a kind of a flashing blade. Again, color can be customized. Music is the twin sons from A New Hope.
Smooth Grey.
Now we're on Smooth Grey. This music is from the end of A New Hope, in the trophy room. And this is a strobe blade. Pretty intense, that blade. You don't want to look at it for too long. But it's fun.
Smooth Fuzz.
Moving on to Smooth Fuzz. This is a gradient blade, which is pretty fun, especially for the color changing, because you twist, you'll see the colors go up along as you change, or down as it were, whichever you want. Music. This is just another factory font music. Rogue Commander, one more. This is a rainbow blade, so you can see it rainbowing down. That's kind of difficult to see on camera. You can see the reflection of my hand where the rainbow is flowing down the blade. Also cool. Also pretty cool when you change the colors in the rainbow. The music. We just got some more Star Wars music in there from episode 2 end credits. And moving on to our last factory font. I just got you a regular green blade, so again, change the color to anything you like. And the last one, of course, is back to the factory font. Or the battery font, rather. That is it. There's one more thing I want to show you with this. I'm just going to take out the chassis from this saber to show you. So just to show you on this saber, when the kill switch is switched on and off, you have got some extra dialogue and stuff like that. So let's just go to,
Hey, BD1.
that's our Cal Kestis,
I'm Cal.
and switch off, or remove battery, whichever it may be. Switch back on.
I want to restore the order.
You've got some different boot fonts.
I want to restore... So, who are you? Cal. Kestis.
You can see how they're different. We'll move on to
It is obvious that this context.
Dooku. Let's turn them off and turn them back on. Okay, his is not that interesting. We'll move on. Turn them on and move on.
Jedi, prepare.
Not that interesting either. Ahsoka. Oh, I believe Ahsoka has some interesting ones. Here we go.
Revenge is not the Jedi way.
I am no Jedi.
Yeah, so we turn off and on
It was
again.
foretold that you would be here. Our long-awaited meeting has come at last.
Anakin Skywalker wasn't weak. I destroyed him.
Then I will avenge his death.
It was
And the grand prize winner!
Futurama.
May cause internal bleeding.
Turn on and off. May cause internal bleeding.
May
Okay.
cause internal bleeding.
Okay. I believe not all of them have this, but I think
Want me to put the hammer down?
there's Thor. I believe Thor has got a couple.
I told you. You die for that. Bring me Thanos! I told you. I know you're in there, Banner. I'll get you out.
Yep, so we've got a few extras.
You ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the White?
Darth, the tragedy.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend.
So each time you're hearing a piece of dialogue there, I'm switching on and off the kill switch. So the significance of this for you in your save state will be, let's say you turn your saber off on your Darth Sidious font. When you turn the saber back on with your kill switch or taking in and out your battery or whatever it may be,
I thought not.
you're gonna get
It's not a story the Jedi would tell you.
you're gonna get one of these lines of dialogue, and some of them have a few extras, like you heard Thor had a few there, and some of them are just regular beeps and whatnot, but it's just a cool little extra feature if you're just wondering where the extra sound is coming from when you turn off your saber when the saber is in that font, because that comes with your save state. And that's it. All right, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy everything.